The last thing I saw before I hit the ground was her smile. Not the fake one she used for Instagram. The real one. Thin. Sharp. Victorious. Then the sky flipped upside down and the concrete rushed toward my face. When I opened my eyes, I was staring at fluorescent hospital lights, and my brother had just texted me, "Lacey is traumatized. You ruined our moment. Stay away from us until you apologize." He didn't ask if I was alive. He didn't ask if I could move my arm. He was mad that my bleeding had inconvenienced his fiancée. The nurse was stitching the gash across my forehead while I stared at that message. My shoulder felt like it had been ripped out of its socket. My mouth tasted like dirt and iron. And somehow, that text hurt worse. I didn't argue. I didn't defend myself. I typed one word. Done. But to understand why that word mattered, you have to understand what I gave them. I'm 32 years old. I work as a sous chef in one of the busiest kitchens in Portland. My hands are covered in burns and scars. 10 years of double shifts. 10 years of holidays spent plating other people's celebrations while mine passed by unnoticed. 10 years of standing on rubber mats until my legs throbbed so bad I cried in the walk-in freezer where nobody could hear me. That $80,000 down payment wasn't extra money. It was my back, my knees, my 20s. And I handed it over because my brother Jared asked me to. 3 months ago, he brought Lacey to my tiny apartment. She sat on my thrift store couch like it might stain her designer jeans. She wrinkled her nose at the smell of garlic and smoke clinging to my jacket. Then she pitched me their dream. An $800,000 custom build in the hills. Floor-to-ceiling windows. Content creation studio. Infinity edge views. She said the bank was being difficult. What she meant was her credit score was 580 and she had more Sephora debt than savings. But Jared looked at me the way he used to when we were kids. Like I was the one who fixed things. Like I was the safety net. And then he said the words that trapped me. Mom would have wanted this, Ken. She always said you'd take care of me. Our mom died exhausted. She worked herself into the grave trying to hold us together after Dad left. Her last words to me were, "Take care of your brother." So I did. I signed as guarantor. I emptied my savings for the down payment and closing costs. And when Lacey started demanding upgrades, marble instead of granite, smart glass instead of regular, I worked extra shifts to cover the overages. While I was scraping burnt carbon off a grill at midnight, my phone buzzed with her Instagram stories. There she was, standing on the empty lot I paid for, holding champagne, building our empire. Boss babe. Manifesting blessings. She never tagged me. She never thanked me. Instead, she texted things like, "Transfer 5K for the marble. The granite looks cheap." I transferred it. Because I thought I was honoring my mother. I thought I was helping my brother build a future. I didn't realize I was financing my own humiliation. If you love powerful real-life revenge stories like this, make sure you subscribe, because some betrayals deserve to be remembered. The final walkthrough was 2 days before closing. The house was still bones and dust. Exposed rebar. Concrete slabs. The air thick with sawdust and ambition. I pulled up in my 10-year-old sedan next to Lacey's leased Range Rover. She was already filming. She panned her phone across the unfinished porch like it was a palace. Jared trailed behind her holding her purse. When I stepped onto the temporary wooden stairs, my boots thudded against plywood. She lowered her phone and pointed at a gray metal box mounted on a utility pole near the lot. "Kendra, tell the builder to move that ugly thing. It ruins my vlog intro." "It's a lumber theft camera," I said. "It stays." She rolled her eyes like I'd personally offended her aesthetic. Then she led us to the back patio, just a curing slab overlooking mud, and clapped her hands. "Surprise. I added the infinity pool package. It's only $50,000 more. We can just roll it into the loan, right?" My stomach dropped. "The loan is maxed out. There is no extra 50. "Then write a check," she said casually. "You have savings." "That was my retirement," I said. "I have $12 in my checking account until payday." "The answer is no." Her smile disappeared. She stepped closer, perfume thick and sweet and suffocating. "Stop acting like a martyr, Kendra. It's pathetic." Her voice dropped low enough that Jared probably couldn't hear. But I heard every word. Look at you. 32. Single. No husband. No kids. Let's be honest, you're barren. What else are you going to do with your money? Take it to the grave. The cruelty was surgical. Precise. Calculated. Buying this house for us is the only useful thing you'll ever do. My chest tightened. My duty was to my mother, I said. She asked me to take care of Jared, not finance a parasite. Her face twisted. Don't you dare talk about her, she snapped. She's dead because she exhausted herself. Just like you. And then she shoved me. Not an accident. Not a stumble. A shove. My boots slipped on loose gravel. My arms flailed for balance. There was nothing to grab. The sky spun. Concrete rushed up. My shoulder hit first. A blinding white flash of pain exploded down my arm. My head slammed into dirt. For a second there was only ringing. When the world came back into focus, I was staring up at her. For one heartbeat, I saw fear in her eyes. Then it vanished. Jared rushed to the edge. Oh my God, Kendra. Stop, Lacey snapped, grabbing his arm. She slipped. She's bleeding. She's dramatic. If we stay, she'll blame me. Get in the car. I lay there, gasping, clutching my shoulder that wouldn't move. Jared looked at me. Then he looked at her. He got in the car. The Range Rover drove away while I was still in the dirt. That was the moment something inside me broke. Not my shoulder. My illusion. For years I told myself Jared was weak. Manipulated. Trapped. But as I lay there tasting blood and gravel, watching his taillights disappear, I realized something colder. He wasn't trapped. He chose her. And that realization hurt more than the fall ever could. I used to believe my brother was just weak. That he was trapped in her web. That if I loved him enough, paid enough, sacrificed enough, he would wake up and choose me. But when you're lying in the dirt with your arm twisted at an angle it shouldn't bend, and the only person who's supposed to protect you gets into the getaway car, you stop making excuses. At the hospital, after the nurse finished stitching my forehead, my phone buzzed again. Not a text this time. A notification from the title company's secure app. Wire transfer received. $40,000. My stomach turned. Lacey had drained her non-existent savings and wired the final deposit to escrow. She'd gone all in. She was so confident I'd sign the next morning that she waived the financing contingency, the safety net. She thought she'd broken me on that porch. She thought I'd crawl back. I looked down at the discharge papers resting on my lap. Concussion. Grade 3 AC joint separation. No lifting. No work. 6 months minimum recovery. 6 months. I'm a sous chef. If I can't lift a pan, I don't get paid. And in mortgage language, that's called a material adverse change. I opened my email. The one already drafted to the loan officer, realtor, title company, and underwriter. I didn't write about betrayal. I didn't mention the shove. I kept it clean. Professional. As guarantor on the loan for 420 Skyline Drive, I am legally obligated to report a sudden change in financial status. Effective immediately, I am medically incapacitated and will have zero income for the next 6 months. I cannot proceed with closing. I attached the hospital report. Then I hit reply all. And I send it. The next morning, closing day, my phone vibrated itself off the nightstand. 42 missed calls. 20 from Jared. 22 from Lacey. Texts flooded in. Pick up. You can't do this. The bank said no. Fix it. I ignored them. Instead, I opened the email from the title company. The letter was cold. Legal. Precise. Financing failed due to guarantor withdrawal. Buyer in default. Seller retains $40,000 earnest money deposit. I took a slow sip of cold coffee. Lacey had waived the contingency to make her offer look stronger. She removed her own safety net. And now it was gone. So was her $40,000. But people like Lacey don't go quietly. They perform. My phone pinged with an Instagram notification. Lacey Styles is live. Against my better judgment, I tapped it. She was in the front seat of her Range Rover, mascara streaking down her cheeks. Hyperventilating. Trembling. I don't know why she hates us so much, she sobbed to 5,000 viewers. Jared's sister has always been jealous. Yesterday, she attacked me at the construction site. She pushed me. She knew I was pregnant. My blood ran cold. She tried to kill my baby, she whispered dramatically. The comments exploded. Sue her. Monster. Call the police. Then she added, we lost the house. She stole our deposit. We're staying at a Motel 6 because we already gave notice. If anyone can help. A donation link appeared at the bottom. She wasn't just lying. She was fundraising off it. I closed the app. I didn't comment. I called Mike, the construction foreman. Hey, Kendra. Heard you got hurt. You okay? I need a favor, I said. That lumber theft camera. Does it record audio? High-def video and audio. Why? Send me yesterday. Around 4:15. He didn't hesitate. Already pulled it. I saw what she did. Check your inbox. The file came through seconds later. The angle was perfect. It captured everything. Her cornering me. Every insult. Barren. Useless. Your only purpose. The shove. The fall. Her grabbing Jared and dragging him away while I lay motionless. I watched it once. Then I forwarded it to the detective who'd taken my hospital statement. Evidence for case number 49201, I wrote. Assault and filing a false report. 2 hours later, another video landed in my messages. This one filmed by a stranger in the parking lot of the Motel 6 off the interstate. Lacey in handcuffs. Screaming at officers that she was an influencer. Jared standing outside room 104 holding a bag of takeout. Watching. Not fighting for her. Not fighting for me. Just watching. 3 weeks later, I moved into a 400-square-foot studio above a bakery in the Pearl District. Creaky floors. Hissing radiator. View of a brick wall. It was perfect. I sat on a yoga mat, slowly rotating my shoulder. It was stiff, but the lightning pain was gone. The stitches were out, leaving a thin pink scar hidden in my hairline. I opened my banking app. Available balance, $82,400. Every dollar I'd scraped together over 10 years was back. Lacey had lost her $40,000 deposit to the seller. Her legal fees drained the rest. Her Range Rover was repossessed within a month. Karma doesn't yell. It audits. 6 months after the failed closing, I sat in courtroom 3B. Lacey stood before the judge in an orange jumpsuit that clashed horribly with her complexion. No filters. No champagne. No audience. The charges: aggravated assault. Filing a false police report. 18 months in county. 3 years probation. Restitution for my medical bills and lost wages. But the real sentence wasn't jail. It was watching her brand evaporate. Influencer to inmate. As the bailiff led her away, she looked back. Not at me. At Jared. He sat 2 rows behind me in a cheap suit that didn't fit anymore. He didn't wave. He didn't cry. He just looked small. That was the last time I saw them together. 3 months later, my Ring app notified me of motion at my door. I checked the camera. Jared. Unshaven. Hollow-eyed. Jacket wrinkled. He knocked hard. Kendra. Please. Lacey's bail is 10 grand. We don't have it. Mom wouldn't want this. I didn't open the door. I pressed the microphone button. Mom is dead, Jared, I said softly. And the ATM is out of order. She's pregnant. No, I replied. She isn't. The jail confirmed it. Silence. I ended the call. Then I blocked his number. That night, my apartment wasn't quiet. My friend Sarah chopped vegetables in my kitchen. Mike fixed my leaky faucet while telling terrible jokes. Music played. Wine glasses clinked. These people didn't share my DNA. But when I fell, Mike sent me the footage. When I couldn't work, Sarah brought groceries without asking for a dime. Family isn't blood. It's loyalty under pressure. A few weeks later, a letter arrived from a P.O. box 40 miles south. Jared's handwriting. I knew what it said without opening it. 3 pages of "I'm sorry." 2 pages of "she manipulated me." A paragraph asking for a small loan. I didn't read it. I dropped it straight into the recycling bin. No rage. No tears. Just done. Here's what I learned. We focus on the obvious villain, the one who pushes, lies, takes. But the dangerous one is the enabler, the one who watches, the one who chooses comfort over your safety. Jared didn't shove me, but he watched it happen. And then he drove her away. So if you're watching this and you're still funding someone who disrespects you, hoping they'll love you back if you just give a little more, stop. Access is a privilege, not a birthright. Silence in the face of abuse is consent. And never sign a contract for someone who wouldn't bleed for you. I have a scar on my head, a rented apartment, and more peace than I've felt in a decade. Silence, I learned, is expensive. And I finally stopped paying for the noise.